I'm Alice and I'm here with the Global Signal Exchange as part of the Global Anti-Scam Summit in Washington, DC. I'm here with KitBoga, who is a scam beta and YouTuber with how many followers have you got?
Gosh, I think like almost 4 million.
Obviously, scams have such a huge impact on thousands of people's lives.
Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of people here that are trying their best to fight the scam fight.
This is Alice and Joe, and we've just arrived at the Heathrow Airport pod parking, which Joe is really excited about.
Very excited. Never been in a pod before.
A little robot train is going to drive us to the airport. So we are going to the Global Anti-Scam Alliance Scam and Fraud Summit. Oh, I'm going to turn around the camera because
There's a pod!
Look at it go. So we'll see you
Very excited.
in the pod. They overbooked the flight, so we were there and the boarding pass machine printed us a thing saying like, please seek assistance. So we went to seek assistance and then we had to seek assistance somewhere else, and then Eva, our lady, rescued us. She did talking on the phone. I think she was doing a bit of like,
oh, please can we get them on the flight?
She was on the phone for a long time being like, oh, you have a nice day, you have a lovely day. So she got us on the plane, so thank you, Eva, for saving us. Yeah. So we were on the plane and now we're going to have some lunch. Bye. Landed. It's now like 1:40 a.m. UK time, so we're feeling. Joe's feeling a bit tired. I had a sleep, so I'm surprisingly awake, and we're now in the queue for our passports. We had a bit of a dramatic time between going to Wagamama's and getting on the plane. It was everything just happened really fast, and then me and Joe sat in separate seats for the whole flight, so we didn't have a chance to do our little filming.
Nice people,
we had a very nice flight. Good. So yeah, we're going to try and do our global entry into it. It's 10 p.m. Washington time, which is 3 a.m. UK time, so I will be going to sleep. Washington time, which is 11 a.m. in the UK. I just went to see if Joe was awake and she was asleep, so I'm just a mad person knocking on someone's door at 6 in the morning. We are at the Capitol building in Washington.
They put the Christmas tree out.
Tomorrow is going to be the first day of the conference, so we're just doing a bit of sightseeing. Who say hi to these guys? Really beautiful. How do you feel about seeing horses, Joe? A bit sad. I thought you were going to be really excited. Sad because they're just in a very small place. This guy looks okay. He's just kind of chilling. Keep chatting about anything we like. Global Signal Exchange. We've got all our things. We've got our mugs. We've got some pens. There are stickers. I'm thinking of putting one on my laptop. And then we've also got the big screen behind us.
Yeah.
So this is our stand for the GSE. Joe is hard at work. The Global Anti-Scam Summit is a really great place where everybody comes together. There's tech, law enforcement, lots of famous scam baiters. And we just had a state senator as well, was the keynote speaker. So yes, we have a little look around. I'm now heading into the plenary, which is the big sort of conference space. You can hear it's quite loud. So there's a big talk going on here.
And so the way you approach it, the way you pose your questions, the way you step into those spaces.
So that was the plenary where the big keynote speakers are. And I'm going to be doing a talk there with Craig from Craigslist tomorrow. And then if we come down here, we can see the GSE stuff.
So everyone's here because scams affect everyone. So we've got big tech, we've got law enforcement, we've got financial institutions, many different sectors, because everyone in the world is targeted by scams, and it's such a big issue. Yeah. I've been to events like this before. I've been to talks about how scams are basically similar to abusive relationships, and that can have such a terrible emotional impact on people. Scammers really do use a lot of emotional leverage to trap people. And scams aren't always like a one-time click and you're done. Sometimes scammers can spend 6 months building a relationship with you in order to scam you.
So today, how do we break the supply chain of the scammer? To lead this charge, we brought together the key voices necessary to win this fight. First, to set the tone and call us to action, the visionary behind the concept of cyber civil defense, a concept of collective defense that empowers all of us. Craig Newmark.
Frankly, what I've seen, the results of scamming, I take it very personally. It pisses me off. And I believe in putting my money where my mouth is. So today I'm announcing a $1 million commitment to the Global Signal Exchange.
Ground this discussion in the devastating reality, hearing from Alice Taylor of Oxford Information Labs Research, who will discuss the vulnerability factors and the science behind safeguarding. Alice, you wanted to talk about safeguarding. What can we learn from the concept of safeguarding in the collective battle to protect people and fight scams and fraud?
Yeah, so safeguarding is the term used in the UK for child protection. And safeguarding is all about sharing information. My name's Alice. I'm from Oxhill Research. So I'm a scam and fraud researcher, but I'm also the deputy safeguarding lead at Oxhill. My background before I decided to work in scams and fraud was as a speech and language therapist. So I have a healthcare background and I supported adults with learning disabilities and brain injuries. There's no support for when you have been scammed. There is only support for before. And I was thinking, how is a person supposed to avoid repeat victimization if they don't even know that they have been a victim or how they've been victimized? We were thinking about susceptibility, and we were thinking about which groups are vulnerable to scams. And we wanted to identify them, think about what makes them so susceptible, and try and come up with solutions. And through our research, through my experiences, and through just looking at the literature, there is no consistent profile of a scam and fraud victim. And we are now moving away from the idea of susceptibility towards targeting. So instead of saying vulnerable groups who are susceptible to scams, we now say groups who are targeted by scammers. And just this little bit of language change is moving the onus away from victims and stopping thinking about people falling for scams and thinking of them as victims of crime. And then we'll move away from separate signals of a scam and fraud occurring towards joining the dots in a safeguarding approach where each of these entities are better able to share their suspicions with each other in order to protect victims. Thank you very much.
I'm here with KitBoga.
Hey!
Where are we, Kit? What's going on?
Yeah, we're at the Global Anti-Scam Alliance Summit.
Yeah.
Yes.
And why do you come to this? Like, what?
I
why is
mean,
it important?
yeah, I feel like there's a lot of people here that are trying their best to fight the scam fight. I think it's great that more and more people are getting. This event seems like it's doubled in size almost too, which I think is great. The more the merrier. It feels like there's armies of scammers out there. Like it's a war that we're fighting, and we need more people on this side.
Yeah.
So no, I'm happy to be a part of it however I can be.
And what's been your favourite thing that you've seen so far? Like
my
yesterday
gosh.
or today?
If I'm honest, I've been just talking to so many people. I've only been
Yeah.
at like my favorite panel so far was there's a group of students that were working on a LLM chatbot. They just published some great work in it, which is
Yeah.
near and dear to my heart. Like finding
Right.
ways to automate fighting scammers, I think is the future.
Yeah.
So I'd say that's my favorite. Yeah.
Amazing. Thanks so much, Kit.
Yeah.
It's really nice to chat to you. Yeah.
At the moment, a lot of scam support focuses on sort of training victims to be less susceptible to scams. I feel like, to me, this is really ridiculous because would you train a child to be less susceptible to child abuse? It doesn't really feel like a sensible solution. And so we want to try and implement a safeguarding framework. So train entities like the police and social services and healthcare, who already have safeguarding frameworks, to integrate scams and fraud into their work. But also to take sort of sectors that aren't traditionally part of safeguarding frameworks like tech and the financial sector, you know, like people working on supermarket cashiers, people working in banks, people working in post offices, and trying to train them about safeguarding and what it means.